Looks like we are live.
Hey, looks like we are indeed live. Greetings, everyone, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary friends. Welcome to our week 3, starting in Chemtech of Boost Bash 8. We have Ionia with the Ionia CrUMb Goblins versus the Freljord Frosty Flakes.
Yep. Should be a good one.
Yeah, we have about the only undefeated team in Chemtech in Freljord versus the 1-1 Ionia versus 1-1 Ionia. Both teams running their full lineups, no substitutes in this. That's very cool to see. We've seen a lot of we've seen some good versatility out of both of these teams.
For sure.
So,
Definitely interested to see, especially Freljord's draft. They've had some pretty funny ones. So I'm really interested to see where they put some of these champions. But I'm also really interested in the mid and top dynamic with Ionia. Because I know that position is definitely a flex. And looks like we're heading into draft. I need to switch the sides of the logos really quick because it looks like Ionia is going to be on blue side.
Yes.
And we are going to have Freljord start on the red side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm curious to see how Ionia chooses, how these teams choose to ban against each other. I've, as someone who's played completely against, Ionia, so they immediately banned Dibella's Heimerdinger, which has been a problem this entire, they banned Dibella's Heimer, they banned the Maokai, so, they banned that away from J-Money. They banned the Rumble, the Gangplank.
Yeah, these are all pretty clear bans. Maokai's a really strong champion, and for Ionia, Will is a self-proclaimed GP main and one trick. So really not surprised to see that GP ban come out here.
No, definitely.
Neither am I surprised to see the Rumble. The Rumble was something that Ionia has played to great success in their previous leagues. So that's definitely not a surprising ban. I believe is it a Jungle Rumble from Jiboy?
No, that's MV Parker's champion.
Oh, it's MV Parker, sorry.
So MV Parker plays mid rumble, generally. I mean, I'm sure he can take a top lane, but he prefers mid. And that's 2 bans at Dibella.
Interesting, a Zyra ban, because most of the weeks we've seen Danny is a Zyra player, and we've seen most of the weeks Danny has played ADC. So I'm interested why we picked the Zyra ban, and instant Gwen hover from Snowy Birdie. Right? Is they taking away the Gwen? I'm sorry.
This would go to Parker, the Gwen probably.
Oh, okay.
So we have an instant Taric Lee Sin.
Instant Taric Lee Sin lock.
J-Money's gonna pull out the Lee Sin from his arsenal. He's typically played, I know his most played champion that I've seen on his thing has been Kayn. He's a very good Kayn player.
Well, of all of the champions that could have been picked here, I would have not expected Taric and Lee Sin. I think they're both very... Oh, there's the Seraphine! The Seraphine has been picked for Ionia.
So we're gonna get Tatum's Seraphine, and I think that Seraphine's quite good into some of these champions. I think just her range is really good against the Taric.
Yeah, her range should be pretty strong against the Taric being able to poke out. Yeah. And Taric without getting up right onto the enemy has some sustain issues and mana issues. So I think that's a pretty good pick into the Taric. We're expecting that to go bot lane. They're just gonna go for the Silver.
The Silver Seraphine, very nice, very nice. Yeah, this was something they played against. This was something that they played against us last week with Silver Seraphine. It didn't. They might not have won it, but it definitely seemed like their strongest. Yeah, like one of their stronger bot lane duos. It's now we'll see how what Freljord picks here, and they're gonna opt for the Veigar.
The Veigar. That's definitely not surprising to see the.
No, it's not.
Are we gonna get a Veigar Taric bot lane with some really funny shenanigans? That could be.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it, honestly.
Definitely an interesting CC chain there for the bot lane. They are definitely the team on this league that play the least traditional bot lanes. I'm pretty sure we've seen them play.
I agree. Yeah, they play some fun bot lanes.
Play a lot of Veigar in bot lane, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that that's Hockey Veigar.
Yeah, I think that would go to. I think the Veigar would go to Debella. Though.
I'm not sure what we'd be underway with the Soraka unless we're expecting Adelphi to not be playing the Seraphine. I think that's a little bit of a wasted ban.
Maybe they think the Seraphine is going to. I don't. That's not
Cthulhu
really a
in the
will
lane?
champion, so
yeah,
that seems like a bit of a wasted ban.
Yeah.
Because of the Seraphine pickup.
Because we know Envy Parker's taking that Gwen. I don't think anybody else on the team really plays Gwen.
I don't think anyone else plays it. Yeah.
And the Nico ban. Maybe these are respect bans. I could see these being respect bans for the two brain cells as sort of a last week thing because Nico is obviously a champion of Debella's and Soraka's a champion of Adelphi's. So maybe they're just having some fun with these bans. So
yeah, for sure. It's interesting because I mean the Veigar and the Seraphine pick, like those those to me say that we already know what champions those two are playing. That Adelphi and them, but they're banning Morgana.
I think they're having fun.
This is just
I think they're just having fun with this game.
I think so. They're having fun with the bans. Yeah. I'm curious. Maybe there was some prearrangement made
possibly
between the teams that we don't know about, but so we'll see what happens. I don't know. I guess you could ban like Anivia if you're trying to ban another Debella champion, but I'm not really sure from here. A lot of her champions have already been singled out in the ban phase.
True.
The last ban is
Corki. That's funny. That's a funny pick. Because that is 4 bans at Debella now from Ionia. The Amumu is really not surprising to see.
And they take the Amumu to go Wait,
no, that is surprising to see. Where is this Lee Sin going? Hold on. Freljord coming out again with the absolutely insane drafts. Every time I look at their drafts
I don't know, like that those are two jungle picks. So I'm curious, maybe they're going to running a Lee Sin Taric bot or something, or like or something like that.
I want to do this Silas jungle because I don't think that Will is a Silas player, but I could be wrong.
I would think that's maybe for Booze. I'm curious what this last pick is. That'll kind of give more clarity to their draft. It'll give full clarity, and we'll kind of have more opportunities to speculate. There's a lot of AP on this side. I'd like to see an AD champion picked here, or a tank. But I think I would like to see some more AD injected into this comp.
Let's see, taking it all the way just a Wukong. Okay, so it is a mid Silas for Will. That's interesting. Yeah. That should be. I'm really interested to see what that mid matchup is going to be.
Silas versus Veigar
could be Silas versus Veigar, and I don't know that I'd want to play that as a Silas.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if the Silas play is aggressive enough, they can do some forcing of flashes.
The Garen. I think we have a very interesting. We may have a double tank bot lane, a double melee bot lane here.
Yeah.
Because the Garen, maybe we have a Taric Garen. We might have a. I actually think the Veigar's going mid. I do
think the Veigar's going mid as well with this, but we'll see. Before we go, I want to because we're not going to be able to see Team 2 in the draft. I'm going to screenshot the order of pick. We do, yeah. I'm curious.
The Garrett pick has summoned Lawful Dog.
Oh, Ben has been summoned? Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, these are... So, Ionia, first off, just has a very... A very predictable, not maybe predictable because I didn't expect the Silas, but just a very classic draft. You've got a nice bot lane that has a lot of wave clear. You've got that Silas mid, a nice melee mid to act with the Gwen. This team definitely wants to go in and run at you and CC you so that Sivir can just free hit. So I think that Ionia's team definitely looks pretty easy to play because it looks like a bit of a death ball, especially with that Wukong CC. I think that Silas has some great ults to steal this game.
He does. I love the Silas ult that he has. He has Curse of the Sad Mummy. He has Dragon's Rage. He has whatever Veigar's ultimate is called. He has Demacian Justice to
whatever Veigar's ult name is. We call it the funny button. Anyways, let me switch quickly over to the client to show our picks and bans here.
Yeah. So his ultimate is called Primordial
Primordial
Burst.
Burst. Whatever it is the funny R button, and that is what
It
we
is
will
the
call
funny
it.
button. Yeah. So this Lee Sin is going to Snowy Birdie. I have the order of the people this time, so I'm not stupid. So that's Hockey Boys playing the Tarek.
Is it Lee Sin top?
I think it's a Lee Sin top lane.
Wow, the into Gwen, that is an interesting choice. Definitely trying to
Yeah.
be strong early, I guess.
Yeah, but Gwen is like, I don't know, anything that goes melee into Gwen as long as she has her scissors. And that's a Cthulhu. That's a Cthulhu Amumu.
I'm not surprised to see that. We did expect the Vhagar possibly to go mid lane.
Yeah.
But that's putting 2 tanks in bot lane maybe. Who picked that Tarek, by the way? If you
The Tarek is Hockey.
Okay, so if we're having a double tank bot lane, that seems pretty it seems like it would be not fun to play into Sarah Sivir.
It's funny, neither of the jungle champions got picked by J Money. Unless they changed their order last second and I didn't see it, but I'm surprised. Yeah.
Let's see.
Like Garen would be J Money's. Maybe it's like Garen jungle? Very surprising, but I mean, meanwhile, Ionia kind of has their comp.
Yeah, Ionia is very clear what they're doing.
Yeah, Debella hovering the Rakan.
Showing off the one band that they didn't get to.
Yeah.
All right, so as we expected, Debella is on the Vhagar, and not really surprising. Yeah. I cannot wait to see where these players are going because this is one of the tankiest drafts plus a Vhagar that I think I've ever seen. They are clearly having fun with this, and we'll see if they're. I called Ionia's comp a death ball. This is truly a death ball.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, I think Lee Sin's not gonna build much tank builds. It's 3 tanks, a bruiser Lee Sin, and a Vhagar. And Garen can build some damage.
Yeah,
he's
Garen can
better
he's damage.
Better kind of going with like a stride breaker build, very likely. I will say at least it's like they're playing 4 melees into 3 melees. Really, the issue's gonna be if Adelphion the Seraphine can land some nice ultimates and like
Oh yeah.
Like, and how that and if that happens like before somebody can get on top of Seraphine, like a Lee Sin or like Garen technically usually just has to flash onto them though. And I don't even know who's jungling out of this. Like, it could be a Mumu jungle for Cthulhu. Like, I'm not 100% sure about this. We'll have to see how these things shake out.
You know, I'll flip back to the pick man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, otherwise, I mean, I really think Ionia's comp is really strong. They don't have a tank per se, but Wukong and Sylas can build tanky enough. Especially if that Sylas opts for the Rod of Ages build. He builds a decent amount of health with especially into all these melee champs and all these AD champs. Having the Zhonya's possibly could make him a relatively good frontliner for the Sivir and the Seraphine, who can just throw out damage left and right. And I think definitely late into the game, Ionia's comp should steamroll. They have taken a lot of scaling and a lot of power late. Wukong and Sylas with great setups. Sylas scaling himself pretty well, but that Gwen, Seraphine, Sivir, just that top 3 combo. Get this man an Abyssal Mask. That's funny. I mean, with all those tanks, it might not be the worst pickup I've ever seen. Because they're definitely it's not too magic damage heavy, but the big carries definitely are on the side of Ionia with the Gwen and Seraphine. So I could definitely see some magic resist coming out. Definitely a Merc Treads game.
Oh yeah, this is a Merc Treads game. There's a lot of CC going on for Ionia with the Seraphine ultimate and the Wukong ultimate and Sylas having a pretty much an Amumu Q in his kit, like a stun. Um, yeah, it's interesting. It's gonna be super interesting. Um, Gwen is one of those champions that has been picked that like a select few people in Chemtech pick, but when they pick it, when they pick the champion, it's like super strong.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what Snowy Birdie did last week when we were
Yeah,
together casting,
yeah,
and it was utter domination by the Gwen. A
mhm.
little bit of
Yeah.
snip snip and a little bit of needlework,
In
and
this,
everyone died.
yeah, in this Gwen pick, I feel like this Gwen pick kind of makes me feel better that that my team banned Gwen every game last week against Parker. Hopefully, but at the
Okay,
but
now we're gonna go.
yeah, we're gonna see where everyone's going here in a second to load into the lobby.
All right, last minute before we load in. What's your predictions? Who do you think's got this one?
Oh, um, I mean, if I had to take it, I mean, I would just pick for regular comp. I'd say Ionia. Um, but we've seen how good. Like, I think that this is a new look. This is like a definitely a big new look for Freljord. I think pretty much outside of Debella Hockey being, I guess like Debella Hockey are there, but like having J Money going probably toppling Garen in a mid, maybe a mid Lee Sin. Lee Sin has been a mid champion in the past. I love this.
All right, so let's see. Looks like it is it is Cthulhu on
And
the.
Mumu. There, I know you have to do something here to. I forget. Oh, there it is. I got it.
There we go. All right, we have now loaded in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what else. That is a Tarek with so the Hockey Boys. The Tarek looks like it is definitely going support. Um, Garen has that phase rush, really classic build for Garen.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have the power to make a pull. If somebody could make a pull, that would be awesome. But that's not within my power. It looks like they're walking into this bot Tribush. This could be really bad for Delphi,
Oh
who's
no!
who's caught out, and that is just going to be an easy
And
kill.
that's a kill. And that's a kill for the Lee Sin. Garen not even having to be there. Oh man. But
Booz is going to walk into Chiboji Money here.
Boo's just face checked the Garen, but fortunately for him, there's not like a bunch of other people there to stun him. It's just a Garen. It's just a Garen silence. And he'll have to lick his wounds and walk to his
I agree
slightly
with
less health.
I agree with Needle Magic. This is a bit of a classic Adelphi moment.
Yeah.
Walking into Tribush there.
Yeah, I mean it is a 5-point spot, and we saw last week in that Shadow Isles was like had a couple of these invades up their sleeve with help, which gave them some early advantage.
It's like pretty classic starts from both of our junglers.
Yeah.
Just gonna start bot side for both of them and get
Yep.
get leashes.
Oh, okay. It's Vigar mid and it's Lee Sin Tarek bot. Okay.
Lee Sin Tarek. That's definitely not what I expected.
No.
Just some simple trading going on this top lane. I have played Gwen before, and Garen is not a fun time. Garen is very classically a hard matchup for Gwen. So I'm not surprised to see that pick.
And I'm not surprised that they put one of their better players in the matchup against the Gwen on the Tarek with J Money. Carter does have the level 2 early. And Garen did not get it yet.
Oh, we got a big trade up in the bot lane. That might be a dead Sivir. Oh, Sturridbirdie flashed under turret for it.
Yeah, he's gonna get out though. He didn't take that second tower shot. He was able to get out of range. Adelphi also not able to do much about it. So
and they're just gonna walk away.
An early 2-kill for the Lee Sin plus the farm advantage.
Yep,
But
definitely.
Dabella, you see Dabella here getting beat up by Will on his Silas, taking a good chunk of health in a trade. Should be okay though. But again, I think in the mid lane matchup, I know Veigar at some point should just be able to keep the Silas away. But I think for now, Silas has that ability to kind of use the flash route with the early ignite advantage.
Oh, looks like we got just Garen getting a little trade on it. Still going even there in the top. Nothing really special.
Yeah, good even trade.
Otherwise, bot lane just sitting here waiting for Lee Sin to walk back out.
They are very pushed, and Booz is in the bot side of the map. He just finished this clear. Yeah. He's gonna go, and him and
oh, we might have a fight over this Scuttle Crab here. And I think Cthulhu just realizes that that's a double buff Wukong, and I don't really want to fight that. He's just gonna walk away.
Yeah, Amumu gets pushed off of Crabs really fast. Cthulhu should take a back. Cthulhu's gonna look top here, but Booz is also looking here, so really heads up by Booz. I thought maybe the Amumu should have just gone and rotated down towards, either taken their back and just gone bot side for Crab, to not allow a double crab.
Oh man, there's getting a lot of damage from this Silas on this Veigar, and Veigar's kind of low on mana. This is definitely a little scary.
Yeah, I agree.
Cthulhu's though positioned for maybe a little cheese here.
Yeah, the Amumu was really looking for stuff, but there's a ward in that brush, so the Silas knows.
No, it's their own team's ward, so Silas probably shouldn't. No, but we got a Taric roam coming up through mid lane. This they could be collapsing here on the Silas.
That ward for the other team is in a different position. It's actually over the wall. I didn't see that. But we do see the Silas just back off completely. Are we gonna see a? Oh, if Garen was 6, I'm guessing we would have seen a flash. Parker doesn't have ignite. He has teleport ghost, which gives Gwen the rundown ability, but the ability to run down people, but not the ability to do a ton of killing length. Snowy getting aggressive on the Lee, obviously having the W. Get back. Booz is here now as well for Ionia. This Taric is about to meet a Wukong.
3v3 here in the bot lane.
Yeah.
Silas just took Silas
is gonna get
ultimate. That's just a solo kill, and now we've got the Taric getting sent in to the, and that's just gonna be an easy kill for them with that CC chain. I don't think Booz can do anything here, and he just needs to walk away.
Yeah, Snowy wouldn't have had the kill the exact ability to kill if he had gone hit that Q on Boozosaurus, but it would have been kind of close. But this big advantage for Lee Sin is resulting in an early 1,500 gold lead. See how Freljord keeps this up. Snowy Birdie just continuing to be on a rampage as a player for the past couple of weeks. Now this Jarvan, the Garen, if the Gwen was low, there would be kill pressure on the Gwen, but there really isn't. And now Gwen has 6, so Needlework would be able to come through. The Bella,
an easy dragon take there from.
Yeah, an easy dragon take from Freljord. As the Wukong looks towards mid, gets a ward, sweeps it away.
Well, everybody just kind of take their backs, and we're gonna hang out for a second while everyone gets back to lane.
Yep. The only people who are still in lane are the top laners, and yeah, they're pretty, like, they're very even. The top laners, the farm is only 1 farm difference, and most of the lead is just coming out of the bot lane for me at this point. Slight advantage for Will in mid, and a big advantage for Snowy Birdie in bot. I wonder if just picking this kind of melee cheesy lane is just, it is. I will say it is difficult to deal with when you're not used to it. When you're used to just standard standard marksman support, something like this can really throw you off.
Oh yeah, I mean, you just you kind of forget that you can't walk up sometimes.
Yeah.
And you just kind of walk into the easy cheeses.
Yep. and we definitely and the Gwen having kill pressure under the tower, but no ignite to really finish anything off. Would have to be very precise in this dive, but Boo's coming in should really set up this gank nicely. But it looks like he might just invade for buff. He might invade for.
We're not diving a Garen. I don't
Yeah.
really care how strong this Gwen is. Simple trading here on the bot side. Nothing really to come of it. They're too tanky for the Sivir to do anything. And
yeah, for sure. I mean, with a level 6 Wukong, I actually would be okay with them setting up a stack wave dive, but they're gonna opt to not do that. As Booz is just taking red buff. A very good play, and looks like Will is gonna get caught here in the river.
Silas is just getting 4-man. There's nothing he can do there.
Yep, Curse of the Sad Mummy used, which meant he was put in place. The Gwen cannot really be immune against the Garen, who will just walk into the Hallowed Mist and start attacking the Gwen. So that is one advantage against the Gwen, that they have everybody can kind of just walk inside her mist, and she's not really immune to that. Oh, Hockey's looks almost dead. Hockey's gonna die. Little greedy there from the Taric, and gives gold over to the Sivir.
Wow,
yeah,
we've got,
I think part of this game is just gonna be waiting for this Sivir to scale, for sure.
Oh, I mean the whole team comp on the side of
Ionia scales super well.
The whole team comp on the side of Ionia is definitely all about scaling. So
the Sivir is really good. Sivir is just so good at
Who's just going for a gank here, but Cthulhu is here. This is just a 2v2 in the top side. And Jaboy J Money just flashes out. There's nothing, no really kill threat there against a.
Oh, but there is a Taric here, but they're backing away. Cthulhu missing the Q. Hockey not able. If that had hit, Hockey might have been able to attach to the Amumu and stun. Do a double stun maneuver to keep him locked down.
Gwen's immunity wasn't even really needed there. It looks like we're gonna have the jungle support duo kind of just walking in the mid, just clearing wave, clearing wards. People know they're here, so nothing special.
Yep, for sure.
So we're trading up on top. It's just good. It's a bloody lane.
Yeah, they definitely shouldn't be planning to dive.
Oh, we're invading here maybe on the Wukong.
Here. Wukong is here. Wukong. What? This is very confusing what's going on right now.
All right, I guess we're just killing Gwen.
Well, Parker died. Well, Parker gets a kill. Parker's gonna kill.
Oh no! Oh no! It's a disaster! It's a mega disaster! A 3-for-1 on the top dive. That was
a travesty. The Gwen gets 2 kills. The Wukong gets a kill, and everyone. And the Gwen does die, but there was no shutdown. Gwen with 900 more gold to spend doesn't have anything directly to buy, maybe, or is waiting for something to be specifically purchasable with their gold from base.
I'd just like to take a look at the gold here really quick, if you don't mind. We've got a pretty large lead for the Lee Sin, obviously off the back of those 3 kills. But Gwen's now amassing about a 500 gold lead, so the Gwen's starting to get ramped up. And
a Gwen with the gold lead this early is really good. Forces the Bella's flash, and Will just gonna stand inside the event horizon and just kind of take the damage. But Gwen stayed and bought full. Gwen was able to purchase full boots. Hockey's gonna eat some damage. The stun in. This could be pretty big. The Gwen is down bot lane. Hockey using his stopwatch. Birdie is gonna die to this Gwen, I think. Cthulhu there though. Oh, Boozosaurus. Curse of the Sad Mummy used.
This is looking.
Hockey or Birdie can kill Booz here. Oh my goodness, they couldn't finish the kill onto the Lee Sin. Ghost is not available for the Gwen, but Gwen can kill this. Gwen can kill this Amumu, but not going to be able to again.
Oh, the last bounce just didn't make it for Danny there, and still a relatively positive trade there. Get some plates for Ionia.
Yeah, these plates are really good for Ionia. Getting some solo plate gold is super good. Get the Sivir in a good position. Actually, a little bit of the plate gold went over to Gwen, and now we're gonna see a teleport back to top
double
lane.
Teleport. We got a teleport from Parker in the top lane and Debelle in the mid lane.
Yeah. So no teleports available right now for any team. With Drake being up, Second Drake being up, it is a Cloud. No, that's a Hextech Drake, I think.
We might have something going on Danny here. The Q from Lee Sin gets spell shielded, so there's nothing really to be had there.
Yeah.
Good timing from Danny there on the spell shield. But it's a 3v2, and the Amumu's down here bot lane, so they might be looking to set up for this dragon while Wukong is top doing his CrUMb, and that's exactly what they're gonna do.
Yeah, so we're getting a lot of damage from the... Oh, almost a kill for the Garen, not quite enough. No Ignite to finish off the Gwen. So Gwen's gonna be forced to back. Booze will hold the lane against this Garen to stop tower from being taken while the Gwen gets health. A Dark Seal bought for Gwen on that back. Sivir having... So, item check, we have mythics for everybody but this. We have mythics for the we have double Everfrost from mid, Gore Drinker for the Lee Sin, Kraken Slayer on Sivir, pretty basic. Divine Sunderer Wukong, Stride Breaker bought for the Garen, and the Amumu will be buying their mythic here. I would guess. It's going to be a jock show, but we'll see how it plays out. We'll see what items they decide to go for mythics. But a Demonic Embrace finished for them for now. Looks like Seraphine's gonna be going for the Rylai's this game.
Like bot lane is roaming up here. Maybe they're looking for something on the Sylas, but
they are. It looks like they are. But the Wukong has always seemed to be in such a strong position during. He's kind of been in the correct spot.
Oh no!
This entire time. I don't mind this at all. Booze needs to W and throw his other. If Booze doesn't have his W, that could be very bad. Oh, Parker getting caught out in the jungle is gonna go down to the Garen. Boozosaurus survived.
Oh, Seraphine behind, just randomly ulting them, but that was not the angle that she wanted to take.
That is not. Oh, getting stunned up Debella.
A beautiful cage by Debella, and that is just gonna be a.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
it's not a dead. Oh, the Mumu will get the kill. There we go.
Just a 3-for-0 there. Wow, what a.
Yeah.
Just what a crazy dive between the turrets there.
That was a 4-for-0 across the board. Huge gold gains for Freljord, and it definitely seems like they, with this, the mid tower getting taken, they're gonna start opening up things in the first part of the early game of this, going towards the mid game, where you have now Rift Herald's going down in the favor of Freljord, and like this Lee Sin is just a menace. A 6-0 and 3 Lee Sin will eventually fall off, but for now Lee Sin's gonna be very, very strong.
Yeah, let's looking at just a quick checkup on gold here. That lead for Garen, that lead for Gwen has now completely changed to a lead for Garen.
Yeah,
looks like Freljord is now ahead in every position, which is definitely where they want to be. This Lee Sin is 6-0. He is very strong, and
yeah, and the support goal is 1,000 difference, and a lot of that has to come down to assist. Has to come down to the assist gold, as well as relic stacks. So Herrick in a strong position, has his Even Shroud or Even Shroud. Unsure exactly how the item is said, but they have Sivir going in mid lane. Looks like Gwen is gonna follow for some support, but no, gonna go back up towards top lane here. So we'll have Sivir mid lane against the Vigar of Bella, and then we'll have the bot lane, Tarek and Lee Sin, down here with Silas and Seraphine, just kind of for lane assignments. I think that Boost has done a really excellent job this game, just kind of being in the correct spots. Just sometimes it's just that Freljord's got a lot of damage on that Lee Sin and has been able to navigate the kind of chaotic skirmishes very well.
I'd like definitely. As expected from a team with this strong early fighting power.
Yes.
Freljord has been controlling these Drakes really well. They've given up one Rift Herald, which, maybe not exactly what you want, but otherwise, really good objective control for Freljord.
Freljord has the Rift.
And they're just gonna put it down here on the mid tier too.
Yeah, it's gonna do a lot of damage to it, but they did manage to get a proc before it hit. Oh, Debella with a nice event horizon. Not gonna do much. It just hit Busasaurus and his clone. Wow, this
Garrett is just running over this Gwen, executed from half health, and he's gonna walk away.
Yeah, executed from about a third health.
And Booze gets maybe caught out of the jungle. A great 3-man ult.
Oh man, if Booze has more. Oh, Booze's damage is huge here, but he doesn't survive to get the second ultimate proc. And unfortunately, no follow-up. Will being in the bot lane, that Silas could have had a field day in that team comp if he had gotten something like.
Is Silas on a vacation?
Like a Lee Sin ult.
He's just hanging out there under bot tower.
Yeah, that was a little interesting. I think for sure that that if Will got there and even got the especially if he pulled the Amumu ult before he got in there, that would have been almost a full wipe. As long as Danny showed up, because it looked like Danny was almost there. Yeah, this looks like they can just go for the dive here because they're gonna get the stun up. So Lee Sin has the dragon, doesn't have dragons already used it, but gives the kill over to Debella, who uses her ultimate to get that. So really just rolling for Freljord. The gold lead has ballooned to 9,000 almost. It's about 8.6. It's like 8.6k difference. The only member on Freljord without a bounty is the Tarek. The Tarek is still doing excellent doing excellent this game. And this Gwen has just kind of been a bit
This is Garen. This is the Fed Garen moment, friends. That is a Fed Garen.
Garen with Youmuu's plus Stride Breaker does a lot of damage, and Gwen only has the Rift Maker item. So yeah, it looks like they just had a really good counter with this Garen in the top lane. And even laning phase, like from what I saw, looked really good. I thought it looked pretty good there for Ionia.
Looks like we're just starting up the Baron. This Baron take isn't very fast, but I don't think that Ionia has any chance of
I agree.
going in on this.
Booze, they probably idea where Booze just knew to take it, because it looks like he's clearing minions there. So there's definitely an easy take of the Baron, without the jungler to come in and smite steal.
And this is Freljord's jungle now. They own this. You do not walk in here. They have great vision all across the top side. The Wukong here going in on Debella, but not going to get much. But we're having another Garen moment, I believe, friends. Just doesn't kill with the ultimate, but doesn't really matter.
Flash was a little bit unnecessary, but it got the job done. Oh, we got the Tarek and the Amumu teaming up together. So many extensions of it. Oh, that was a really great Silas ultimate. He's gonna go down here.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Garen can clean everything up. I can definitely clean a couple of things up. Not gonna be able to clean anything up. Is that a kill? That is a silver kill. Shutdowns across the board. Gold lead is still huge, but I feel like it ballooned a lot harder, and then it got brought down.
Yeah, we still have bot lane is pushing in here.
Lee Sin and Veigar left with their bounties, but the Garen and the Amumu bounty claimed. So Snowy gonna hit the Q onto Sivir and not take it smartly. Yeah, that was really well done by Ionia to get some bounties. They have, unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna really be able to do a whole lot with it. They're gonna need to win a couple more fights like that to start doing damage and taking towers. As it stands, it's such a large gap in towers, and it's 3 dragons and a Baron to nothing for Ionia.
Yeah, I wanna point out we've got a 3k gold lead in the bot lane for this Lee Sin.
Yeah,
we got almost a 4k gold lead for this Garen. So these definitely still a lot, but that bit of trading. Oh, we've got another fight here in the mid lane.
There's not really anything they can do but Debella's ultimate, or Debella's event horizon, putting in the work to keep the zoning. This is where Veigar becomes huge, is when, like, even more so than like when Vigar is using it offensively, is just defensive capabilities. You know, if we're getting collapsed on by a Sivir team, oh, I'll just throw my Event Horizon up. They have to run around it or run into it, and from there you get all sorts of stuns and lockdown.
As we said in draft, red team comp is a death ball comp. Here they are death pushing.
Yeah, and if they go, it doesn't matter if they decide to move too early here either. Honestly.
Spot Booze out on the sword. I wonder if they're going to try and do anything or move to this. No, they're just going to sit here.
I think they're I don't know if they're deciding what to do, but they're going to run into everybody, and I think... Oh, they saw it, and Gwen not immune. Gwen dead. That is a dead Sivir, a dead Gwen. Boozosaurus is behind them, but I don't think he's going to do anything. Adelphi's going to fall here. Boozosaurus is kind of left to maybe try and hit some ruins of it, but they stun him because they know exactly where he is. Will goes in, hits the stun, doesn't have enough follow-up. Yamumu doesn't even fall, who was low health. This looks like what will end up being the end of the game if they can stop attack. They should be going after Booz. I think the Garen almost fell there. And this Wukong just has to play.
Wukong just got stunned. He's done for. And so is this game.
He just has to play the defense, but Danny and Adelphi are up with the Gwen, so it's not completely over yet. But, oh, Danny, nice job kiting out the stun, but just staying in place. Oh, never mind. A couple of kills for Sivir and Gwen. No other kills gotten, and looks like we're just gonna see them back away. No Nexus turrets taken, but one is at very low HP. So the spawns at the right moment. Danny with good spacing there. That's gonna be the big key for Sivir, is just playing with spacing. This game.
It was good. They only lost one in Hib. They did lose. End up losing 2 base turrets and almost lost a Nexus turret, but still holding on. Not too many super waves. This is going to be a lot of gold for the Sivir to farm, and hopefully continue to scale up. She got that full IE. We're looking to get maybe an attack speed item after this, and hopefully be able to carry this game. But
Sivir's going to have to really put in the work this game. Like you just mentioned.
Meanwhile, looks like Freljord's getting a good start up on this dragon, and I think they might just start it after clearing this ward.
So they're gonna have Cloud Soul, and Cloud Soul is very good for this comp. Booz is gonna spot this out though by hitting the ward, so he knows that they're there. He's not gonna get stunned up, so he can still get over the wall with a W. They won't exactly know when.
Sniper is just gonna try and go after him, but he jumps over the wall. He's looking. Oh, he gets the smite steal. He's gonna he's gonna pay his life for it, and then we got the Garen doing Garen things in the top lane.
Yeah, he has thrown his Youngos, he has thrown his Stride Breaker, he will get the kill on this Gwen. Gwen also used Ghost, but Garen has Ghost on a stick with Yomu's Ghost Blade. So, he will do that with the Dead Man's Blade as well, so very fast. This Sivir's in trouble!
Oh, Sivir, why did you run within 7 miles of a Garen? Silas might save,
die, though. Ran out of cooldown, which is one thing that's good about... That's like kind of can help against that. You know, he doesn't burst in that exact moment. Like that, the Sivir can at least walk away.
Gonna get triple in hit tier. I think this is game over.
Everybody's falling. Boozosaurus going in. Boozosaurus flashing out. There's no ultimate for the Wukong. There's no Cyclone. It looks like game 1 will go to Freljord, continuing their dominance of Chemtech for now. We'll see. We got game 2 upcoming here. Very well played from Freljord. What we thought was a bit of a more troll comp than we were used to seeing. Turned out very well.
Well, they definitely got an early lead, and then they ended the game.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty darn impressive, I gotta say. Just kind of complete domination. If we wanted to come back and take a look at this.
Game lobby do be full.
I will fix that. But yeah, I mean, what a what a stomp. Really just kind of took over there. With that Lee Sin and that Garen. I mean, Garen just had almost infinite pressure in that top side, and there really wasn't too much that they could do. So maybe maybe they could have used a few more bans that weren't on Aaron.
Yeah.
Well, otherwise, let's see. What does Ionia need to do to bounce back a little bit from this? I think maybe the full scaling wasn't exactly the move. Well, let's get the next draft link clicked up. It's like we're gonna get a side switch here. They're gonna Freljord's gonna take blue side, take that first pick. Quickly get these icons.
Yeah. So I think that this. I know that we saw Ionia. So. Last draft. Last time around, Ionia banned Maokai with the first pick. I imagine they'll have to ban Maokai again.
Yeah, I think
This
no
time
matter what,
around.
Maokai is just a
Yeah.
really strong ban.
Yeah. I'm curious if Boo's, because I know really like the other strong jungler has been Zac. I'm wondering if Boo's. I'm wondering if somebody here if from one of these teams would be willing to pull out the Zac. It's a very very strong team fighting champion.
My biggest
With the
concern is that top lane. We know Snowy
yeah
Birdie has been playing out of their mind recently, but that was
sure
also sort of a you pick Gwen into the Gwen player, they're gonna know how to beat the Gwen. So I think if you're gonna first pick a Gwen like that and try to take it away, make sure that you've got
yeah
the counters banned.
yeah I don't know if they were expecting the Garen, which definitely threw them off. But
And here we go, right into draft.
yeah,
Let's see how they
fans
adapt.
fans
Uh,
ahoy.
See, for starters, we're keeping the Gangplank ban. I mean,
Yep.
and keeping the Heimer ban. I still like that Heimer ban. I think
Yeah,
it's really
I
strong.
kind of I kind of expect the first round of bans to be the same, almost to exact T, unless Freljord wants to pick something so they don't ban it. But I mean, their last ban in the other one was a Zyra, so they could shy away from the Zyra
We could
ban.
definitely drop the Zyra ban and try to look for something else here.
Yeah,
Although that was kind of just a.
yeah,
Otherwise, yeah, I'm not surprised to see these two first bans. I don't know that
right.
you
There's
need the Jax. I like that Jax ban. Jax is a really strong
yeah, Jack's
champion,
ban is good.
and
Vigar's gonna get banned.
fair. Okay, that's a good adaptation. I like the Veigar over the Lux. I think Veigar's stronger, but we get an immediate Lux first pick. Or
Yeah,
Erin gets to play Lux, and she's gonna pick
this
Lux.
yeah. I think this could be a flex between people depending on depending on where Failure wants to send members of their team.
Yeah, it's definitely a
Uh,
flexible pick for Freljord.
yeah,
But I definitely expect you've got Dabella on your team.
yeah,
Dabella's probably going to get the Lux.
mhm,
Not exactly knowing where she's going to end up, and unsurprisingly, we've got the Seraphine response.
yeah.
Picking out the two one tricks. Not surprised. Keep the one tricks. They're champions.
Mhm.
I'm kidding. Adelphi is not a Seraphine one trick, but might as well be for
Yes.
the purposes of Boost Bash.
Yeah, so they're gonna play
The
Seraphine Zyra
Zyra.
bot.
Wow, they actually took the Zyra now that the Zyra's open. Maybe we're playing a double mage bot, possibly.
I think we are gonna see a double mage bot.
That
Um,
definitely would be in the
yeah.
character of these two players. So
Mhm,
the Zyra is left open, and you're immediately taking it. But as for Freljord, I
mhm,
think you're fine to not be particularly scared of it.
mhm.
And with your aggressive bot lanes, you're probably fine. We've got a Corki taken by Freljord. That's interesting.
So Corky might be a Cthulhu pick, for mid.
I
Um,
mean, that's the only place I'd play that champion. I don't think I'd
yeah,
play Corki anywhere else. Definitely interested to see that Corki get picked so early in this draft.
yeah. And Caitlyn
And then Caitlyn
Lux.
Lux,
That's a
classic
good
combo.
pick. That's a good lane. It should play decently well into Seraphine Zyra.
Yeah, having
Um,
that constant auto attack pressure and
yep.
almost a maybe not exactly a range advantage, but definitely a damage advantage. Here
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
Freljord. Hopefully pick maybe someone like that. Someone a little early. Got a
Oh,
Jhin coming in.
it's not a Seraphine.
Well, Boozosaurus is on that team, and Boozosaurus is a Jhin enjoyer.
Oh,
So
maybe we're switching up roles here, and we're gonna see. Maybe we see a hockey jungle.
yeah, we've also
Or sorry,
seen we've
wait,
also
no, sorry, not hockey. Um, maybe somebody else from this team plays jungle, but that's definitely a boost champion if I've ever seen
yeah,
one.
it
And
could be.
I think that Seraphine's going mid.
Yeah, I actually do agree with that. We saw when Adelphi was subbed into the match
Shadow
um,
Isles,
last week. She played mid lane with the Soraka,
Soraka mid.
and the
Yeah.
Seraphine was banned. So I wouldn't be surprised
Mhm.
to see a Zyra Jhin lane because that's definitely a kill lane, and that should
Yeah.
while you're definitely a little outranged by the Lux and Caitlyn, it should give you a lot of pressure in the opposite direction. Um,
Yeah. I think these are good picks because it neutralizes. I think it just neutralizes the push power of Caitlyn Lux, and Caitlyn Lux is a lane that really just pressures. The whole point of Caitlyn Lux is to essentially, with even with jungle help, just push down towers as fast as possible, rotate Caitlyn and Lux, rotate the Caitlyn around the map, and just have her help take towers and get plates for her team as much as possible. But the Jin and the Zyra should have should be kind of just fine into it. They don't mind playing, they don't mind just kind of playing back and kind of poking away at things. We do see a Kane ban, we do see a Kha'Zix ban.
I like banning the two big strongmen. I'm not exactly sure who Kazakhstan is for.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure either. I don't know everybody's pools completely.
But they
Um,
clearly must have a read on whoever is playing jungle.
yeah,
They that
yeah.
if this is the pick order, we might see a Kazakh pick. So looks
We
like we're
see a
gonna get a Viego.
Viego.
Interesting.
Okay.
Very strong champion. I like Viego.
Yeah. Hmm.
Definitely gets those resets and can be really strong. And
Yeah.
I like the direction that Ionia's going. They're not fully going for they're not
Hmm.
fully abandoning some of that scaling, but they are definitely
Yeah.
playing some champions with a lot more early strength to try and
Hmm.
counter. As opposed to Freljord, who's really got some good scaling on their side now. A little bit of a
Hmm.
switch and
Ooh,
just a
ooh, a Sedge jungle.
Sedge juggle. Sedge Sejuani's a great champion, obviously. Really
Yeah.
strong. Hey, with the
Okay.
three range
It's
characters
not.
you have, it's a little scary, but
Yeah. It's not guaranteed to go jungle. We'll see what this last pick is. I shouldn't say
true.
it's jungle just yet.
True,
Um,
true. But
but
Viego Sejuani, are we playing an LCS game?
yeah, I know. In the
This
set, so
set.
that would
Definitely
set.
Sejuani
Okay.
jungle with
Yeah,
that
it's
set.
just Wani jungle.
I like
Yeah.
that set pick. That's
Hmm.
given a lot of tankiness with that front line of Sejuani and set for your Kate
Yeah.
Lux Corki.
Yeah.
Um,
Let's see what Ionia has to pick in the set with the top, which I would guess is a top lane counter pick. I'm curious what they opt to play here.
the Renekton, the
Renekton.
Croc. It's the time for the Croc.
Yeah.
Wow.
I I'm surprised. I was looking at this and part of me was wondering if we might see a Cassante pick for Will, but but I don't know exactly who's going where with this. So
I have a pretty strong inkling that the only Jin player on the team is Booz, and that's going to be bot lane.
oh yeah,
I
definitely.
think that that Noodle Magic has a pretty good read on it in chat. I think that Will is probably going to play this Renekton in top lane,
Yeah,
and that
I would guess so too.
the Viego is going to go over to MB Parker.
Yeah.
Um, but hop over to bands here.
Yeah. So we'll see where because we're not. Yeah. So this is we're gonna ban Kale.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a little less confusing of a draft for Freljord.
Yeah.
Much more standard kind of comp. Definitely pretty
Hmm.
clear spots for all these champions. I think we have a pretty good read that Cthulhu's probably going to take this quirky mid lane. With
Yeah.
the you, you know, they might surprise us and develop pull out the pocket pick Corky, but I have a feeling that that's
Or
Cthulhu champion.
yep.
And Debella's gonna take this
Take this
Lux
Lux
bot
bot
lane with
lane
the support.
with hockey. Yeah.
Yep, Caitlyn for hockey.
Viego for Parker, Seraphine for Adelphi. So yeah, so it should be a Adelphi mid lane, Seraphine. There it is, the Bellow Lux. That's a scary pick.
It's I can tell you our camera's probably not going to take us mid lane very often, as opposed to that Silas. It's going to be a bit
Yeah.
of a farm fest with Corki and Seraphine, and I think that's kind of what Ionia want. I think Ionia want to play a lot of farm, get the Seraphine scaled up, and
Mhm.
help help bring this Jin and Viego into the late game, and
Yeah, definitely.
but definitely some scary scaling coming out of
Mhm.
Freljord this time, as opposed to last game, which they played super early game, all about getting the lead early. They Caitlyn and
Mhm.
Lux definitely want that lead early, and they have the power to. But with this Corki and Sejuani, they're definitely not all in on that early game like they were last game.
Yeah. It's super cool to see Booz pull out his Jin in a must win situation.
For sure, definitely
Um,
nice to see.
because if they can keep alive here, they will still have a chance to obviously to win a game 3 and go move to 2-1, with Freljord also at that point moving to 2-1, which would create also which pending the result of tomorrow's game would create some interesting tiebreaker scenarios with a 3-way 2-1 tie potential. But we'll see how this goes. Renekton's a really interesting pick.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm a bit surprised. I think it definitely wins early against the set.
yeah.
I think set is not the best positioned champion, but in a
Mhm.
game like this, I think with especially with Snowy Birdie champion piloting the champ, it definitely can do
Yeah.
really well. And I
Mhm.
mean, we've seen how well Snowy Birdie has played in the last 3 games or so. So I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised to see this go pretty well for the set, which it's definitely uh, doesn't look great. But obviously, Renekton is not as much of the I win level 2 or the game's over as he used to be with that new Play the Rune
Yes.
King build. Can get on top of this Caitlyn maybe and just or this Corki and um, just completely knock him out of a fight immediately.
Yeah, definitely.
So definitely interested to see how that goes. I think that's gonna be a really interesting because these are two top laners that really want to fight and they really want to get advantage in lane. So I'm definitely
Yeah,
interested to
I
see how
would
it
be
goes.
very surprised to see any teleport in the top. I would kind of be surprised to see a TP out of a top laner in this game because both in this one, I think both of these champions want either Ghost to stick on somebody or Ignite
No,
to
I
have
mean I
that
think
strength pusher.
Renekton will take Flash Ignite, but
Yeah.
Set can take TP. Set has a little bit more ability
Oh,
to
okay.
um, get back to lane, especially if this Renekton pressures.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. Okay, I can see it.
Um, but otherwise uh, it's nice to see some of the mains coming out from
From some people,
a lot of our
yeah.
players. The Zyra for
Yeah.
Danny and the Lux for Debella.
Hmm.
Given the given the one tricks, they're one trick, as one might say.
Yeah, and then even though Booz isn't a one trick, Booz plays a ton of
And
bot laners. His Jin is his best champion, so good to see that.
yeah, it's nice.
Is
It's nice to see the adaptation and trying to
Yeah,
swap
I
around lane, see
agree.
what works.
Hmm. Definitely, definitely. I like this from both. Like this is kind of the Freljord that we've seen from most of Booze Bash. Um, for people on the team. I know last week I think Adelphi subbed on Freljord last week. Um, for Cthulhu, but then we've had the Sedge. Or now and like so J Money's just been jungling the whole time. Got to play played the one top lane game and just showed that he can also play the Garen in top.
Speaking of this Sejuani pick,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this Sejuani spend a decent amount of time in the top lane.
Yeah.
With Set being that melee champ who activates her passive, um, I could really see them punish this Renekton.
I agree. I think that would definitely be a good game plan to have um to have J Money and Snowy try to team up, coordinate, and get some ganks off on this Renekton or um and everything. Try to take control of the top side of map. Um and you know, we'll see how Dragon Prio and Rift Herald Prio go this game. With having a Lux and having Caitlyn Lux should give bot lane some pretty good bot lane priority.
Let me quickly fix our overlay.
Of course.
We need to decide here. It's like we got both teams grouping up here.
We might see an explosive fight.
We might see a bit of a level one here.
Yeah. Freljord not going for anything specific while Ionia invading this time. Just to get some deep wards, it looks like.
We're got a bot invade. Nobody's here. Everybody's standing mid lane.
Yeah, interesting. So I want to see what wards they place here. They place a ward on the buff. It looks like we should see a back here soon from Will. Otherwise, he's gonna have to burn TB to get to lane. Or potentially, he'll be a little late to lane, not getting his back off before about 1 minute.
Yep, nothing comes of that. Just a ward or two.
Yep.
I think oh, it's a Xyrus Seed. I thought Jin had started traps for some reason and had put a trap there, but no, it's just a Xyrus Seed.
Yep.
Otherwise, again, normal starts here. Double bot side start for our two junglers.
I think Sejuani is just gonna go for a level, gonna go buff to buff here.
A bit of fighting here in the top lane, but kind of expected from this lane here. That goes even trade. Nothing really happening.
Yeah. So kind of the opposite of what we said for the summoners and top lane happened. We have
Renekton took teleport. Interesting.
Renekton took teleport and Ignite on the set. A bit interesting. Sejuani's pathing also a bit interesting as well. Opted to go buff to buff without taking Raptors or Wolves. Gonna go for the early gank here onto the lane. Gonna have a level 3.
Yeah, oh, this Renekton looks like a bad spot. That flash forward may have been a little unnecessary from Snowy Birdie, but it secures a kill, and I think they'll take it.
Yeah, that was a really good, Well, they didn't call Renekton teleport, but the teleport is gonna come out, so we'll be correct with that.
Picks up a dagger. Interesting.
Yeah. So I suppose that's a Bork start.
Yeah, it's kind of the only item that Renekton would build out of a dagger. It's like Parker's sitting around the outside of Jaboy J Money's jungle and walking down to mid. I don't think it's gonna come of it because Cthulhu's playing back, but both junglers here positioned around mid. Bot lane's still pretty even here. No difference in CS. Then he gets rooted up here by the Lux, takes some damage, but nothing's gonna really come of that either. Ooh, in mid lane we've got a gank by Sejuani, and Adelphi just flashes out, gets away, but So, flash burned on mid. Pretty good for this Sejuani Corki, who might be able to get a early kill, maybe later down the line, but these mid laners are so safe that I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see it. But ooh, Boo's getting some really good pick, but Sejuani's here, and Boo's might be in trouble. I think he should just be able to walk away with the movement speed of his 4-shot. So, good pressure there from Javoy. Just sitting here in this bot lane, though. Nice trade back. Kind of a lot of show, probably for not. But oh no! Who's almost dies there, but
Hockey getting a little... Dude, Hockey's gonna go down here to Danny's plants! Yeah, a little greedy. Jhin flash and heal, resulting in Hockey's death.
Bella needs to be pretty careful here.
Mm-hmm.
Just stay back.
But
checking up on items really quick. Boost with that boost start. Not surprising when you're playing into Kate Luck's lane where got a decent amount of slows. We've got a lane gank here coming out from MB Parker. Might look for a little cheese, but Snowy Birdie's playing on the other side of the lane, might sniff it out. Although goes for the trade here, and Parker's going to jump in. I don't know that they have enough damage to kill. Just barely not enough. Pushes Set under his turret, though. Definitely makes laning into this Renekton harder, because Renekton can kind of just kill you when he wants. Just jump on you. So, let's see. Sejuani here on the bot side. Maybe just looking to start this dragon at level 4 a little early, but and Viego's walking down, so this is a little scary from the Sejuani, but Viego's just looking for an invade here, I guess, and isn't gonna try to contest this dragon, so J Money might be able to sneak this one.
yeah, Delphi kind of leaning down a little bit, maybe had a little intuition about it, but didn't fully look for it. They should know they're there just based on the Caitlyn walking over towards the Drake. They should have a good idea at this point. So first Drake goes over.
First Drake, a really nice sneak there by J Money. Kind of really risky, but
or sorry, first one to Freljord. My bad.
just kind of took it right on their noses. Got some pressure coming down here from the bot lane, as expected from a Kate Lux. Although the Jhin is up in farm by a good 10, so Jin's keeping up with this pressure. Not like they don't have pressure themselves, but pretty even lane. Jhin has already got Swiftness boots, which rushing into that Lux is not totally surprising, but definitely less damage, more survivability.
But I think that's a really good buy, honestly. To get the early boots, he'll get his item from here. We'll get to see what type of build Booz wants to go for, because the longsword builds into any number of AD items.
Yeah, he's got a dagger, so I expect him to just go Gale Force. Yeah, Gale Force.
Yeah.
Probably get that IE second, because it's that change to the IE made it possible to be built second, and that makes Jhin players very happy.
Yeah.
Sejuani's shadowing the Renekton here, or the set here on top side, but just going to turn around and go do her blue buff.
It's very interesting to see how now this lane for Freljord has gone from being them pushing in the Jhin Zyra to getting pushed in themselves. This could be for a back timing, but it doesn't look like they're leaving yet. We know that they don't know exactly where Sedge is, so I think any walk up from Caitlyn Lux needs to be met with respect. At this point,
yeah,
although
both are junglers up top side, and they just spotted Sejuani with that vision plant. So
yeah,
Sejuani got the crab, but might be a little bit of a jungle fight here. 1v1. Oh, an early ult from Parker.
Good flash from J Money to get out.
I don't know that J Money really needed to use that flash. Viega had used ult really early in that 1v1 and kind of wasted it, I think. So nothing's gonna come of it.
I'm not sure.
Traded ultimate for Summer Spell, but I think that flash is more valuable. Oh, a fight here at the top lane. Will's kind of...
I think Will...
Will got ulted onto turret and has to flash away, but...
But flash follow from the set equals a death. So...
Both of these top laners rushing Blade of the Rune King.
Yeah.
Definitely going to do a lot of... this is a set that wants to fight.
Definitely.
Looks like Sejuani here just with pretty impressive objective control. Just on this Herald immediately on spawn.
Yeah, that's a really good
Set's going to come down to watch the help, and they should be able to secure this pretty clearly. Renekton teleports up to the top lane. Try and make sure they catch this farm. Meanwhile, Parker is doing a little invade, walking around the back of this Corki. Unlikely that they'll get anything with Corki's Valkyrie online, but... Yep, as kind of expected, these two bot lanes sort of... Oh, Will's trying to go in on Snowy Birdie here. Doesn't get stunned because there's no minions, but I think Set wins this one, friend.
Yeah, Set's passive, or Set's shielding, helps Set survive this, and there is... And now this Renekton's...
Oh, we're having a little alcove gaming, but Sejuani is here, so...
Here. Yeah,
Renekton's
so just
gonna go down.
Yep. Kill goes to the Sejuani.
But trading down here in bot lane, a great two-man ult and a flash force shot from Jhin, and that is going to spell death for Hockey Boys.
Yeah, look at how many... Like, Danny had all three plants sitting there just attacking after a Q ultimate.
Aaron didn't want to be there.
So that's going to be a kill for somebody. Goes to Parker. Goes to Parker with the red buff burn. Picks up the Lux's body and started doing the jungle camp.
Some great moves on the other side of the map.
Really good response.
From, some great moves on the other side of the map from Freljord here. Or, sorry, Ionia. This top side is a little scary. This set now has 4 plates under his belt, with a now up by 1.5k. But bot lane of Ionia is up a good 700, 800, and the other lanes are about even. So, you know, pretty even gold so far. It's like got a dragon setup starting here.
Holding the Seraphine here is so big.
Oh, Caitlyn gets caught here, but should just be able to walk away. Parker's chasing though.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like this chase. I would have rather them just stay on the objective, but it's not the end of the world.
Corki has package, and Corki's here. Corki's gonna package in.
Package, guys, they got Parker. Booze is off, or Danny's almost dead. Doesn't die. The heal keeps him alive. Oh no, Booze could not walk in front of the Caitlyn, but he will be able to secure some form of a kill. Picks off Hockey.
Oh, Shade Buddy, you gotta block that for your Caitlyn, man.
Yeah, I think you just gotta stay stride for stride with the Caitlyn, and there was a little bit of movement where he went the wrong way, and Boost was able to secure the kill.
Wow, this Jhin, once he gets his back in, is gonna be strong.
Yes, he should have a full Gale Force on back.
He has 2,000 gold. I mean, I think Gale Force is 2,100, so he's probably gonna take this wave and then get his back.
Yep. You're right. Yeah.
But definitely should back and get that item spike because Caitlyn does not have a completed mythic and only has free boots.
Yeah, and Drake is up and Parker is trying to set up for it. So who's gonna take his back here? Parker will just keep the dragon pit clear. Sets a pink ward in the river. Got a really good vision setup from Ionia here.
Rift Herald here on the mid lane from
mid. Yep, we'll just
get some plates.
Just get the 2 plates and they'll get cleared off by Parker. So, overall, Ionia having advantage. Has like mid lane even, and the main advantage is just top lane. But they're dead. But the teams are dead even. So like bot lane and top lane are canceling each other out.
Yeah, I think they've definitely done good work here. Ionia to focus what they think is their strongest lane, which is this bot lane with the Boost Source Jhin. We've got some trading again here on the top. Just gonna Will's just gonna walk away from that. I mean, Will does not want to fight this set. This is very scary for Mr. Renekton. We've got a 4v4 though forming here in the bot lane. Oh, a great two-man root here, followed by the Sejuani ultimate. That's just gonna completely take out the support. The response ult from Adelphi isn't gonna do too much. And MV Parker's just gonna ult over that wall to get away. Oh, just barely lives from the ult, but Cthulhu's just gonna walk up to him and kill him. So a great bush cheese there by Freljord with that Lux root. Gets them a lot of pressure, and Set is just pushing. So
Yeah,
definitely whatever advantage had been built for Ionia in the bot lane has sort of been neutralized by that amazing catch there by the Lux.
Yeah, and we see Corki now with 3 kills. Something that's gonna be good to note is that Corki is an extremely strong late game champion. Has Rab Hydra, has the Sork shoes, and is 9 CS away from completing their cult, which actually was the starting item that Corki picked this game.
Yeah.
Bella in trouble here. Goes down to Buzosaurus. Ignite used. Danny
Danny's
will
just going to
live.
be able to walk away. Yep.
Yep.
Nice little trade there.
Yeah, good kill for Ionia.
Good for Ionia. Ionia's strong suit definitely the spot lane. I'm not sure I'd want Jhin as the one with all my team's gold. Still can be a decently strong champion, but when you're facing off against a Caitlyn, not when you've got someone like a Viego or a Renekton, hopefully those buffs to Jhin and that IE change is enough to get him to carry this game, because he's gonna need to.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna keep my eye. I mean, I always keep my eye on a Seraphine when they're in the game. I want to see some really. I think the Seraphine ultimates are going to be massive, especially in the mid game, and then definitely like even more so when we get to higher death timers.
As was pointed out in chat, good on Seraphine for just farming. As we expected, this has been a farm lane, and Seraphine's getting a pretty sizable farm lead here. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, we had a fight in top lane, but I think that this set is a little too strong, and wins the 2v1, gets a solo double kill. This set, boys, I think top lane is owned by the boss.
True.
It's like Sejuani's opinion, maybe moving down here to bot side. Might see a gank here, but they've got it warded, so they should spot it out, but they're playing a little forward. And ultimate, a great shot on the ultimate. Danny could just flash away and root.
Yeah,
so
but
a lot burned there. Both an ultimate from Danny and a Gale Force from Buzosaurus.
Yep. So. Definitely more worth for Booz to just use Gale Force over the Glacial Prison from J-Money there.
Yeah, they're just going to push him completely off the start.
Yep.
Probably get the whole thing here.
That'll be the full thing. But I think at this point, I think the Caitlyn hasn't. I feel like the Caitlyn in this game hasn't done a ton this game, just considering the fact that it took past plating going down for the Caitlyn to get the tower.
Corki's just getting some free turret damage in the mid lane. Probably get this tower down.
Yep, gonna go down. Package and base. So for next objective, we'll see Corki having package.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for the adaptation that Ionia made for slightly more early game power, done some good, but some of it has definitely hurt them, and most of it's been this Renekton pick. Renekton is definitely a champion that you have to win lane on. And so, with the state of this lane, and with this set on 2 whole items now, as opposed to the just 1 from the Renekton, this Renekton is definitely gonna need a really good opportunity to do what he wants to do in team fights.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Looks like we might be changing some lane assignments here potentially. Booze and Adelphi taking backs. Booze canceling his back. It looks like we're just gonna send 3 mid.
Yeah, I mean, they just got to counter this push, but obviously Freljord gets a really nice move on this dragon. First off,
Dragon coming up, package. Corki having package, definitely going to...
Ionia's walking down here. They want to contest this, but I don't know that they have a chance to.
They're in a decent position, but Corki can just package.
Corki's just going to package in. A great package from Corki here.
That's a double. That's 2-3 members.
Oh, and this set with all of that damage and just completely annihilates Ionia. And that's going to be a clean... Well, not a clean ace, but a very clear ace. With just one taking down the Corki, who jumped in first.
Yeah, 5 for 1. That Corki package was amazing. I'm not sure if that was I don't know exactly how long Corki package distance is. But it got the job done. It split the Zyra and Seraphine away from the rest of the team, put them within melee range. And this dragon's gonna go down here for Freljord. This set is a menace. The Sejuani is super tanky. Radiant Virtue did so much in that. As long as Sedge throws the Glacial Prison out, that Radiant Virtue triggers, and lots of tankiness.
My friends, I'd like to update you on the state of top lane. That is a 4K gold lead for the set. This set is strong. Got almost 2,000 in his pocket. It is a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Ionia wants to try and make something happen. They really feel like they gotta get in there and try to win something, but this is they just cannot walk into this team. And so, as you can see, Renekton's just pushing bot lane, which I think is the right move. They can't contest this Baron.
No, yeah, they definitely have to get this Renekton some gold, and taking that gets a bounty, gives him a little bit of gold. Slowly working his way towards second item.
They're gonna try. This is a 5v4. They really can't do anything.
Danny's stuff can do some work. If they can't really kill off the
Renekton's teleporting way away from the fight. Baron's gonna be dead by the time he gets here.
I think he needed to TP into the pit there to maybe try and force him.
Parker gets a reset on the set. That's a huge shutdown. What an ult from Adelphi. Wait, they're winning this fight. Oh no.
It's about even.
Yeah, it ends up being about even. I guess they get away. That was a great ult by Adelphi. Almost got a lot there, but they got the shutdown on the set. And that is something they absolutely needed. They went to the Viego as well.
That is absolutely what I wanted to see from Adelphi this game. In that fight was spectacular. Got an ultimate on 3 or 4 members of the team. Unfortunately, at that point, Parker had already been killed by the Corki. So I feel like if he had gotten, because he got super low going for the kill on set. So even with the transformation, it wasn't too much more for a couple of Rab Hydra procs to remove him from the field. Baron push looks like it's not. Looks like they're sending Caitlyn to split push down in bot lane, and it looks like I think the Bella will be keeping with this Corki.
I give props to Parker in that fight. He was able to really position himself in that river and really just immediately go on the set as soon as he possibly could. We've got an interesting fight here in mid, maybe. Renekton and they're just gonna ghost out of there with the mist.
Yeah, Mountain Soul this game is gonna be pretty strong for this Caitlyn team.
Oh yeah, for that Sejuani set with how fed set is with this Mountain Soul would be extremely scary.
Yeah, now Mountain Soul also helps with turrets, correct?
That I actually don't know. But I think, a great root there. Oh, that is a dead Seraphine. Just an amazing CC chain there. And Snowy Birdie is in there, but
Danny taken low, flashes out.
Parker just behind all this. Parker's in a bad spot. Sejuani's just going to be able to go. They're going to all turn on this.
Good smite there.
They're just gonna dive him. They're so strong, they can just dive him.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh.
Boost took half health from that set ability. Wish I knew what. And from the haymaker, I don't exactly know what button that is, but the set haymaker, half health boost, and boost barely stepped into it.
Yeah, like all these spells burn, but not a lot of damage coming up from Freljord here. Or from Ionia, sorry.
Yeah, Adelphi now up, as they turn back towards the Drake. Seraphine can do a lot here still, but the issue is the jungler's up in 10 seconds, and as you know, jungler will be up for the fight, so that's fine. For Ionia, they're just gonna have to navigate through this Caitlyn trap line, which they're easily able to do.
Delphi's walking up here and just try to push them off, try and stop their backs so they can't get anything here.
Definitely.
Good chunk onto that, Caitlyn. This Seraphine is decently strong. She's definitely behind now with all the kills that have gone over, but they're the first on this dragon. And Sejuani's farming, so they're in a 3v5 here essentially, but an immediate teleport from the Corki recognizes that they need to be here.
Packaged too. They're gonna go
packaged in. Oh my goodness, just so much damage.
2 members immediately deleted. The Corki only one eliminated so far.
And that's gonna be a clear win. So much damage with the Corki the package and the ultimate from Lux. Just so much initiation from this team, and then for damage wise, and then you've got the follow up from Sejuani with the ultimate, and then obviously Set can just throw their team into each other, and another really great dragon fight, and they get soul, and I can't really see a way that Ionia gets back in this one.
I can't either. It's 10k gold lead. They're not even. Baron's up in a minute 30. They will easily they'll easily get this tower. They won't get inhibitor, but they'll get tower here in mid lane, and they can rotate to top lane too if they wish, and go for that tower as well.
That's the move for sure.
And just try to maybe even keep a member in mid lane, but it looks like Parker's gonna stay mid. Corki should just be the one who goes mid lane and try to apply the pressure there, but gonna fall back for now. Baron in a minute, gonna get their backs in. It seems.
I mean, we're holding a lot of gold. I mean, this Caitlyn has 2,000 gold in her pocket.
Aki is caught in an awkward position. Does have to use his mist to get out, but it also stops the backs from Caitlyn and Lux. Yeah.
Yeah, this is this Freljord team is really, really strong.
Yeah, we kind of saw with
they are now officially 10k gold ahead.
We kind of saw the power of that Corki package mixed with the rest of the team, where we saw 2 members instantly deleted. And one of them was a Renekton. So
yeah,
it was definitely like shows the power of Corki with package. 8, 7, and 3.
So Renekton is on the wrong side of the map. He's got TP, and he's gonna have to use it soon here, because the last time we saw the TP on Baron, it was very late. Corki's a little cut out. Nothing's gonna come of it.
They're gonna kill Debella.
Aaron, Debella's just gonna walk in there, but is able to flash away and root.
Yep.
They're just walking in. They're just going to end. Wait, they're just going to end.
Yeah, Caitlyn just will end the game here. Will get the back off.
They might get back, but I think Caitlyn has so much. They have so much turret damage. Yeah. They're gonna get collapsed on here. They're in a bit of a bad position. They are surrounded.
They're fine. They should just. No, they are in an awkward position. Birdie will.
Oh my goodness, Snowy Birdie's gonna go down, and they're able to repel this. I don't think they can really get much more off of this, especially with the Jhin ult not making any headway. But a shutdown on that set and stops that push for the end. Definitely a positive.
Parker used Heartbreaker in that last fight.
It's fine. Heartbreaker's on a very short cooldown. It
is, yeah.
We'll be up in a minute, but they are gonna rush this Baron. So
now they can rush Baron, and Corki plus Caitlyn damage on Baron is a lot. It looks like they haven't started.
I don't know that they're gonna start it. They're probably trying to bait in some way, or at least clear out vision. But I think
they're
that
gonna barely miss that ward.
I think that Ionia is just gonna try and go on it here. They've got all 5 members here, and
They
Set is still
can.
down for 8 seconds, and they're just gonna go.
They have Seraphine's ultimate as well. If they try to all funnel in at once, Seraphine should be positioned for a turnaround here. I don't like that they're not going to turn.
Oh, Booz was just standing out in front of the team, and the ult from the side from Debella. That is a 4v5 that is going to be won for Freljord.
Now Freljord will take the Baron, and likely from here we'll have to win one more fight to end the game.
Well, they've got 4 really long death timers. I think they could just end. Honestly, I think they just turn off this Baron and they walk down mid lane. And I think Set has that idea and is probably called for it. Yeah, we got to teleport from the Corki.
Yeah, Birdie's and Corki's gonna TP, and yeah, this is a game. I think Corki doesn't have package, but Corki will definitely be able to clear off these.
I mean, those death timers are still long. They still got 10 seconds, and this mid lane turn is going to go immediately down. And I think we're going to have a 2-0 here, as long as they actually end the game.
We have some wands in the chat from Freljord. Not sure exactly why, but there you go. GG's call.
Yeah.
A well-played series
by
Freljord. And I think Ionia, honestly, the early game was played extremely well between the two teams. I think that it just happened that I think the mid lane was even, then the Corki got like 3 kills in a short span, and I think that kind of tipped things because it allowed the package to be super strong. But
yeah, I mean, just really impressive prioritization, and obviously amazing solo play again from Snowy Birdie. Snowy Birdie has shown that they are just completely dominant in that top lane over the last 2 games that I've watched them play.
I do really want to give props to Cthulhu for this match too. Playing jungle, which I'm not sure they're super familiar with, getting a really huge game on a Mumu plus that Corki game, dishing out a ton of damage. I believe that Corki didn't do the most damage in the game. That would belong to Set, but they did second most damage. And Snowy's just been showing it all the time. Amazing performance.
Yeah. You know, and I really appreciate the adaptation that Ionia tried to make here. They saw how they kind of got ran over in that game, and they were like, okay, we need to play something early. And they tried it, and I think that they had a really good plan with that bot side. Really, that Jhin was getting very ahead. But just the top side, the top jungle of Freljord being so far ahead allowed the Caitlyn Lux to really catch up, and then obviously great play from the Corki mid lane. Just getting those amazing packages in. And so if maybe want to look at getting our captains in here.
Yeah. So we'll get the captains here. Hello.
Hello,
gamers. Well, it's a really fun series to watch for sure. The first thing I just what inspired that Tariq Lee Sin bot lane? That was not something that I think I would have ever expected, but you all played it to really good efficiency, so Hockey, if you don't want.
We've been cooking this up since week 1. I asked Snowy Birdie if he wanted to play Boost Bash, and he's like, only if we get to do something dumb like Tariq Lee Sin, so I have to pull it out. And Booz was surprised in my DMs after the draft was over, and I've been telling him since week 1 that we're going to play Tariq Lee Sin against him. So.
Well, I think everybody won out on that trade, especially.
I wish I would have been told this information.
I think nobody expected it. Maybe Boost.
Honestly, he picked Pantheon against the Vayne. They've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff the entire tournament. I would have 100% believed it if Boost told me that that's what they were gonna do. They've been doing random shit the entire fucking time. Like,
I suck at ADC, so I'm just trying to get me off of as many ADCs as possible.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I would say that Caitlyn was played decently, but back to that first game. Ionia, I really think you guys had a good plan, and I think that y'all had a really nice team fight comp, but sometimes you get terribly sent,
Yeah,
and
I didn't care. I mean, I always knew they were going to be a problem. It's whatever.
yeah, well,
This was the matchup that I was the most concerned about was Freljord. So and low.
I do really appreciate the adjustment that you guys made,
Yeah,
and
James has been wanting to ADC this like whole time. So
yeah, and I just really I think the transition for slightly more early game champs, trying to win, and yeah, I mean that bot lane and mid lane, really were doing really well. I mean you for a good 10 minutes in the game were the highest CS on the Seraphine. So
she's easy to see us on. So I mean, what can I say?
um, but yeah, I mean it's our last week of the scheduled play, and go into playoffs. It's Azalea, do you know the seating? How it's gonna work? Who's gonna play who?
We have to
we
wait for the Shadow
we
Oh,
Isles
that's
yeah
true.
game.
we
Sorry.
don't know. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Um,
I think if Shadow Isles 2-0s is on, we probably play Zon next week, and Freljord Shadow Isles plays next week. But
I guess
if
so.
Zon gets a win on Shadow Isles, then I don't know how it works. But I think if they get 2-0'd, then we definitely play them next week. I definitely, I don't know how this works, but I'm
I
pretty sure
think
that's what
even
happens.
yeah, I think even if we win, I think Zon's 0-3, and so they would play you guys.
Well, no, I'm saying like if they win at least one game against you guys, then maybe it might mix up, but I doubt it.
Yeah, they would have to. I think they would have to actually win the series. I'm not sure though. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not super up to date with all that. But it'll all depending what happens tomorrow, which Shadow Isles plays on tomorrow at 7 p.m. There's also a Hextech match. There's Targon versus Vandal City at 6:30 tomorrow. So, we'll hopefully have an op for the. We'll hopefully have someone able to do the Chemtech game. Yeah, it looks like the Hextech match will probably be on the main channel.
Well,
No.
I can always do this again. It was
Yeah.
learning op, and I hope I was a decent operator, even though it took me a little bit to learn.
Oh no, I think you did great.
All right, well, captains, thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
We
thank you.
Thanks for playing the game, and we're excited to see you continue to play.
Thanks.